I'm so excited. I'm so happy to be here streaming live for another morning with you guys. I'm so excited to share with you what God has just been talking to me about concerning purpose, pursuing purpose, activating your purpose. Now is the time, you guys. God has been talking to me so much, like really just with like this sense of urgency, the importance of us living in our purpose, activating our purpose, talking to me about people settling for less, settling for inferior opportunities, settling for inferior relationships, settling for singleness, settling for having fulfillment in certain areas of life, but not having fulfillment in all areas of life. And God was just really talking to me. And he was like, Crystal, like that is not my desire for my church, for my believers, for my followers. Like my desire is for them to have holistic fulfillment in their life, fulfillment and joy in their career, fulfillment and joy in their relationships, fulfillment and joy in their finances, fulfillment and joy in every area of their life. If that's you, if you want to experience fulfillment and joy in every area of your life, in health, in relationship, in finances, in your career, if you want to experience fulfillment and joy in every area of your life, I want you to say, hey, that's me. Put a me in the chat. Just say, hey, that's me. Comment below, that's me. I want to experience fulfillment and joy in every area of my life. God was just talking to me and he was like, people are settling for inferior opportunities, inferior relationships, inferior situations because they do not know their value, because they do not know who they are. If they truly understood who they are, what's inside of them, if they were truly walking in and living out their purpose, they would not settle for anything less than what is bringing them joy, what is bringing them happiness, what is bringing them greatness, what is bringing them into the fulfillment of every promise that God has made to them. And so I want you guys to know that that can be you, that you can have that. It is time to activate your purpose. It is time for us to see and experience all that God has for us. And if you are ready to see and experience all that God has for you, again, I want you to say me. It's me. I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready. Type I'm ready in the chat. And I wrote some notes because I don't want to miss anything that God was talking to me about. You are a creative being with the power to produce, reproduce, manifest, and give to this earth in a way that only you can. God has created us all individually. We all have our unique DNA. We all have something unique and just extremely peculiar about us. And so that's the first thing I want to talk about, identity, because, I already told you, you settle for less than what you should have when you don't have a full understanding of who you are. And so I want to start by letting you know you are a creative being. What do I mean when I say that? I mean, you are created by God. You are created in the image and the likeness of God. And that means you have the ability to create just like God did. God gave you the ability to create in this earth realm just like he did. So you are a creative being. You have the power to produce. You have the power to reproduce. You have the power to manifest and give to this earth in a way that only you can give it. And I know a lot of times people talk about the word manifestation now, and you see a lot of people that maybe aren't even believers talking about manifestation, but manifestation is a biblical term. In the Bible, it says that all of creation is waiting for the manifestation of the sons and daughters of God. Creation, everybody in earth is waiting for you to manifest who you are in this earth. I'll have to drop that link to where that scripture is. I want to say it's in Corinthians. It's in the Romans or Corinthians. It's in the New Testament, but I'll make sure I cite my source. But the Bible says that is a biblical term. All of creation is waiting. It earnestly waits for the manifestation of the sons and daughters of God. The earth is waiting for the manifestation of you. The earth is waiting for you to become who you are meant to be in this earth, for you to be activated in your purpose, in your reason for existence. It's waiting because there is a solution that only you can bring into this earth. And so I'm so excited about that because I know some of us have settled. Some of us have settled for becoming less than what we desire to be in life for a number of reasons. Sometimes because of outside voices who said, don't start that business, it's too saturated. Don't become a dentist, just be a dental assistant because it's going to be too much schoolwork to become a full dentist. Don't become a doctor, just, be a person that works in the admin at the doctor's office, because then you'll still be around it, but you won't have to go to school for all of that. Like, there are a lot of things where we have not fulfilled our potential. We won't apply for the position, for the new position at the job, or we won't apply for the raise or the promotion because you're letting other outside voices say, it's probably going to be too much work. It's probably going to be too hard. You're probably not going to be able to do it. Stop letting outside voices dictate who you are when your creator has already spoken to you exactly who you are, exactly what you're called to be in this earth. If an opportunity presents itself to you, stop telling yourself that you do not have what it takes to pursue that opportunity. Stop telling yourself that you are not good enough for a new relationship because the last relationships failed. That don't matter. You have to know what dream is living on the inside of you that you let someone else kill, that needs to be resurrected. Was there a business that you wanted to start that you let somebody talk you out of? Is it that you want to be married? You want to be in a healthy married relationship, but you let somebody tell you, no, there's no more good men left. There's no more good women left. There's nobody left for you. Did you let somebody talk you out of the desire that you have, desires that God has placed inside of you because of their doubt? Because of their unbelief? You got to stop letting people put their doubt and their unbelief on your purpose, on your destiny, on your dreams, on your promises. Don't accept that. Don't let that be put on you. God created you and he put desires in you and he spoke a promise over your life. And if it's for you, it is for you. And you have to stop letting other individuals speak and put things on you, on your purpose that is not for you. If you're done letting people talk you out of your desires, if you're done letting people talk you out of things that you know you are good enough for, say, I'm done. I want you to type that in the comments, in the chat right now, say, I'm done. If you are done letting people try to convince you that you should accept less than what you should have in this life, than what God wants you to experience in this life, say, I'm done. Because we need to be done with letting people talk us out of the promises that God has made for us. Because this is what happens. People start to talk about how it is, oh, you shouldn't do this, oh, you shouldn't do that. There's no more good men left. We'll probably be single forever. Don't say we gonna be single forever, honey. You may be single forever if that's what you want for you, but that's not what I want for me. I'm getting married. I'm gonna have an amazing marriage. I'm gonna have children. I'm gonna be fruitful. I'm gonna multiply in this earth. I'm gonna build a business and it's gonna make millions of dollars. I am going to write books that are going to shake and change the world. I am going to do everything that God is calling me to do. So don't say we no more. If you want to talk about your life, talk about your life. Don't talk about my life. Don't talk about me and what I'm going to do, because I'm going to fulfill everything that God is calling me to do in this earth. So like I said, if you done letting people put you in that we, when they talking down about themselves, say, I'm done, no more. I am going to fulfill everything that God is calling me to do. God told me my purpose is to call people out of ordinary into extraordinary, out of complacency into their destiny, to take them on an incredible journey from where they are right now to where they want to be. Who is coming with me? If you feel like your life is ordinary right now, if you feel like your life is stagnant right now, there's things you want to see happening, but you're not seeing them. That is ordinary, and it's time to come up out of that. I'm about to call you from ordinary to extraordinary, out of complacency into your destiny. If you know there is stuff on the inside of you, there are books, there are businesses, there are relationships, and I am going to take you on an incredible journey from where you are to where you want to be. And I want to know who's coming with me. If you coming with me on this journey to activate your purpose, if you coming with me on this journey to see full fulfillment of everything God is calling you to do in this earth, to see the manifestation of God's promises on your life, I want you to write, I'm coming. Write it in the chat, I'm coming. If you about to be activated in your purpose, if you about to see God's promises in your life. Say, I'm coming. If you're done with being stagnant, if you're done with living life in an ordinary way, I want you to say, I'm coming. Because that's the thing. We have to commit to activating our purpose. We need to start investing in ourselves. We need to start investing in our purpose. What have you invested in your purpose? I'm going to say in the last 30 days. What have you actively, strategically done to invest in your purpose in the last 30 days? That you can say, I want to move the needle. I want to know that next month, I'm not going to be exactly where I started this month. What exactly have you done to make a shift? One of the things that you need to do when you want to see a shift, you want to see a change in your life, is you need to set appropriate goals. But people haven't really told us how to set goals. They really haven't. They say you should set goals, but they haven't really strategically said how you set goals. And I know that because everybody thinks goals just meaning writing something down. If goals was simply writing something down, then why isn't everybody living their dream life? If all it took was writing something down, why isn't everybody seeing everything that they're wanting to see? Because it's more to it than that. But I'm going to tell you 3 things about goals. 3 quick things about goals. 1, if it is a goal, it should challenge you. If what you have set as a goal is in your comfort zone, it is not a goal. Every real goal will take you out of your comfort zone. And so sometimes you haven't seen the needle shift. You haven't seen any progress towards the things you want to see in life because all the goals that you're setting are in your comfort zone. And if you really want to see change, you're going to have to step up out your comfort zone, honey. You're going to have to step up out your comfort zone. We know that because when we look in the Bible and we look at Abraham, God said, listen, he made all these promises. I'm going to make you the descendants of people that's more than you can count in the stars. And I'm going to do all these things. I'm going to make you the ruler of a great nation. Like you're going to have all of these amazing things. He was making these promises to Abraham. But the first thing he said, so get all your stuff and leave. Leave your family, leave your friends, leave where you are and go to the land I'm going to send you. He even tell him where he was going to tell him to go. He said, go where I'm going to send you. There's some faith right there. If your goal does not require faith, that is not a goal. Any goal that God is sending you, it's going to require faith. It's going to require faith and it's going to take you out your comfort zone. Just like I said, like Abraham, he had to leave where he was to go to where God was sending him. So that's first and foremost. The second thing, every goal should be strategic. If it is not clear, if there are not clear steps, that is not a goal, that is a vision. And there's a difference between a vision and a goal, and that's what a lot of people didn't tell us. So a lot of us will say, oh, I have a goal, I want to lose weight. Okay, well, how much weight you trying to lose? What are the steps? How you going to lose this weight? That is a vision. The vision you have is that you have a healthier you and you're going to lose weight. That is a vision. A goal is a strategic step. What does a strategic step look like in that scenario? The goal would be, I am not going to eat fried foods for the next 7 days so that I can lose this weight. That is a goal. That is a goal. And so, it tells us in Habakkuk chapter 2, write the vision, make it plain. Write the vision. A lot of y'all writing down a bunch of visions. You're not writing goals, you write vision, make it plain. Those are the goals. Those are the strategic steps. And so that's the second thing. When you are setting a goal, it needs to be strategic and there need to be clear steps. If there are not clear steps, that is a vision. That is not a goal. And the third thing, your goal needs to point towards your vision. You need to make sure that all the goals that you're setting, all the things you're writing down, they're in alignment with the overall vision that you have. If you say, okay, I have a vision, I want to get married. Your vision is you want to get married. And so you say, my goal is I'm going to go on more dates. Okay. But then you start talking about, and I'm going to date multiple people so I can try to pick which one I want. Well, now you're starting to contradict yourself, because how can you say that you're looking for a lifetime commitment with one person and you're practicing dating multiple people at once? You got 5 boyfriends. Like that math don't math. That don't make sense. And I said this before in another video, but one of the things that transformed my dating life when I met my husband is when I decided I'm not going to date all these people at once. I'm going to meet one person. I'm going to commit to that one person. And if it work out with them, it work out with them. And if it don't work out, then I'm going to go to the next person. But guess what? When I made that commitment, I didn't have to go to nobody else. Y'all know my story. No, I met, got engaged, and married all in 9 months. Because that's what happens when you are specific and strategic. When I said, I'm detouring a little bit, but when I said that, I said, God, you promised this to me. And so a vision and a promise you made for my life was that I would be married. I know that because this desire is here, it's burning inside of me. And I want to live out and walk out my purpose and activate my purpose with what you're calling me to do with somebody alongside me. That's a desire I have inside me. And I said, listen, God, I'm done dating. I don't want to date nobody else. I want to get married. I don't want to go through all that foolishness. Is this the one? Is that the one? And I don't want to do all of that no more. I'm done with that. It's a waste of time. I don't want to do it no more. And so that's what I had said. And so from there, I said the next person I date is going to be the person I married. 3 weeks after we met, we finally went on our first date. And guess what? That was after he already told me, I'm going to marry you. We did not go on our first date until after he told me, I am going to marry you, because that was my goal. So I had a vision for myself. I'm going to get married. One of my goals was, I'm not finna waste my time running these streets, dating all these people. I'm not doing that. I'm going to date to confirm who God is telling me is going to be my husband. I'm not going to waste my time. Your goal needs to point towards your vision. And your vision is the version of you on the other side of the gap. What is the gap? The gap is from where you are right now to where you want to be. There's 3 different types of people when it comes to purpose activation. One, you have the people that's like, I have no idea what my purpose is and I need to discover it. And that's awesome. So you have that type of people, that group of people, they need to discover what their purpose is. You have the second group of people. Those are the people that know what their purpose is, but they're not living in it. For whatever reason, they're not living in it. They're stagnant, they're stifled. Something's in a way, and they are not able to live out and walk out the purpose that they know is inside of them. What is God is calling them to do? And so for them, their discovery phase is figuring out, okay, how do I live this out? How do I execute what I know is inside of me? That's that discovery. And the third type of people is the people that know their purpose. They know they're living in it, but there's still a lack of fulfillment in their life. So maybe that's the career woman. She like, everything is going good. I have this, my finances is good, my career is good, but I'm still single. I want to be married. Something is missing here. So like I said, that's that third group of people. You need to discover alignment. You need alignment for your assignment, alignment for your purpose, because that's what's going to make the transition from you feeling unfulfilled, even though you're living your purpose. And here's how I know. This is the thing. God told Abraham, I'm going to do all this stuff for you. He made him all these promises, and he said, now go to the land that I'm going to send you, and that's where I'm going to do it. Abraham could have stayed where he was his whole life and tried and worked and toiled and did everything he could to try to see the manifestation of the promises that God had made him. But he was never going to see it if he didn't go where God sent him. And that's where alignment comes in with your assignment, your purpose. Because you have to be aligned. Sometimes you're not seeing the full manifestation of the promises that God has made you because you're out of alignment. You're doing the right things, but you might be doing them in the wrong places. You might be in the right position, but you might be supposed to be at a different company, and that's where you're going to meet your spouse. You might be doing the right things, but you might need to be start your own business and do it. You're still going to be doing the same thing, but you're going to be running it as your own business. And that's where you're going to experience that financial freedom. 3 different types of people. 1, the person who does not know what their purpose is and they need to discover it. 2, the person that knows their purpose, but they're not living in it. 3, the person that knows their purpose, they're living in it, but they're not experiencing fulfillment because they need to get that alignment. 3 things you need to do to activate your purpose. You need to discover. You need to discover exactly where you are in this journey. Like I said, discover what your purpose is, discover how you need to be living out your purpose, discover where you need to be living out your purpose. You need to develop a plan. I was just talking to you about goals. You need to develop a plan, a strategic plan of action that's going to get you over that gap. What is the gap? It's where you are today to where you want to be. You need a strategic plan of action, not just a bunch of vision that's written down, but plans, goals. Make it plain so that you can live out this vision. And the other thing that you need to do is you need to deploy. What is deploy? You're going to be deployed because you're going to be living it out. Once you discover what it is, once you have a plan, then you need to carry it out. You need to be walking these things out. That's what you got to do. You got to deploy. So discover, develop, deploy. Those are the 3 things that you need to do when it comes to activating your purpose. And listen, deploy. What does deploy look like? Sometimes deploy look like being in community. I'm gonna tell you about this girl. She's amazing. So she's watching the YouTube channel, watching the channel. She watching all the videos on singleness and purpose and all this stuff. And she like, Crystal, like, I need to reach out. Like, I need to reach out. I'm like, yeah, reach out to me, reach out to me. She finally reached out. Y'all not gonna believe this. I'm gonna tell you, you gonna believe it, because I ain't gonna sit here and lie to y'all. But listen, when she finally reached out, she wanted to improve her dating life. So that was one of her goals. I tell you, you send me 3 goals. I don't know what God is calling you to do in life, but I know I am designed, created, and destined to help you live it out. That's what I do know. So you send me your 3 goals. What are you working on? You want to discover your purpose? You want to have a better dating life? You want to work on your business? You want to write your book? Whatever you want to do, you send that to me. So she was telling me what she wanted to do. Do you guys know, from the day she reached out to me, 5 months later, she was engaged. She was single, thinking there's no options, nothing she could do. Where's she gonna meet somebody? 5 months later, she was engaged. Because community. Because linking up with a person that God is going to allow you to link up with so you can fulfill your purpose, because that's a big part of it too. Accountability. When you want to live in purpose, 3 things. I like 3 things. When you want to live in purpose, 1, stop asking everybody their opinion about what it is you should do with your life, how it is you should be living your life, and only ask the people you've agreed to be accountable to. Stop asking everybody your opinion, because everybody got an opinion about somebody somewhere. They got opinions about strangers, people they never even met. And so sometimes you're asking people opinion, and you shouldn't be asking their opinion. They don't know. They still trying to figure out their own life, and you're asking them their opinion. Stop asking everybody their opinion of what your life should be. So the first thing you need to do, stop asking everyone their opinion. The second thing, know who to be accountable to. Because you should have accountability when it comes to pursuing your purpose. But you should have accountability to the right people. Crystal, how do I know who's the right people that I should be accountable to? You need to be accountable to the people who can see what God is doing in you. You need to be accountable to people that can see what God is doing in you, that are going to be aiding and bringing out that gift that's inside of you. Not them people that's like, we never going to be able to do this. We never going to be able to start our business. It's a recession. We never going to. No, don't be accountable to those people. They can't see what God is doing in them. They can't see what God is doing in you. You need to be accountable to people that are going to be calling out the purpose that is inside of you, that is going to be activating everything that God is putting inside of you. When you get discouraged, when you say, you know what, I'm not going on no more dates, they're going to say, no, girl, because the next one might be the right one. That might be the one that sends you right to your husband. Oh, I'm not going to try another business because I tried a business before and I failed. Bump that. You need to be accountable to the person that's going to say, no, God put a vision inside you and it's earth needed. We just going to tackle this plan. We're going to make sure it's strategic. We're going to make sure we see what we did wrong the last time so we can fix it this time. We're going to make a strategic plan that's going to see the vision that God is giving you manifested in the earth. That's what you need. Those are the people you need to be accountable to. So 1, stop asking everybody opinion about your life. 2, be accountable to the people that can see what God is doing in you. And 3, discover, develop, deploy. You knew I was going back to that because that's what it takes. You need to discover what it is that God is doing in you. It is time out for living these lackluster lives. Like, you know what be making me mad? When I see people that are believers living lives that are less than what they are meant to be, and then they look at people in the world, they like, these people are happy, they doing this, they doing that. We should be the ones. We should be the ones that are experiencing full joy, full fulfillment. And you know, the Bible talks about joy. The joy of the Lord is our strength. And so we are able to have joy in any situation that we are in. But guess what you also deserve as a believer? Happiness. The feeling of happiness. And the feeling of happiness comes when you are living a fulfilled life, when you have fulfillment in your career, when you have fulfillment in your relationship, when you have fulfillment in your finances, when you have fulfillment because the things that are deep down on the inside of you that God is calling you to do, you are carrying them out. That is when you have happiness. And you deserve to have happiness and fulfillment in life as a believer. If you're tired of being sick and tired, if you're tired of being broke, if you're tired of having book ideas and no published books, if you're tired of having business ideas and no businesses, if you're tired of wanting to be married and you don't see nobody in sight, there's no boo for you in sight, you're tired of that, and you want to see God fulfill the promises that he's made in your life, I'm here to take you out of complacency into your destiny by helping you be activated by your purpose. I am ready to take you from where you are to where you want to be. That's what I want to do. And so I know y'all like, Crystal, I hear you saying that. I hear you saying you gonna take me across this gap. How you gonna do this? How you gonna do this? How you gonna take me from where I am to where I want to be? How are you gonna help me transform my life? How are you going to help me fulfill the things that God has put inside of me by activating your purpose? It's about the development plan. Some of you have a vision, but you don't have a plan. And I want to tell you guys this because I was studying, and I was reading about Moses in the burning bush. And it was so cool because when I was talking to people about purpose activation yesterday, God had brought this out. And so you guys know the story of Moses in the burning bush. For those who don't know the story of Moses in the burning bush, there was a bush and it was burning, and Moses was walking by it, and he looked and he was like, oh my gosh, this bush is burning. I have to go over and see why is this bush burning? And so he walked over to the bush, and when he got to the bush, God started telling him about how he was going to deliver the people, the children of Israel, from Egypt. He was like, this is what I want you to do. This is what I'm calling you to do. And God started pouring into him and talking to him about his promise and what he was going to do. And God was like, Crystal, this is the thing. That was a burning bush for Moses, but I'm sending burning bushes all the time to my believers. I'm presenting opportunities all the time for them to transform their lives and step into their purpose and live out their destiny. All the time, I'm sending burning bushes. All the time. And this is a burning bush. This is the opportunity. And God was saying there's 3 types of people when it comes to the burning bush. There's one, the type of people that are like Moses, and they go up to the burning bush and they be like, they inquire. They go, what is going on with this burning bush? And God has an opportunity to speak to them and pour into their life and talk to them about their vision. Let them know what he's calling them to do and how he's going to have them live it out. The second group of people are the type of people that see the burning bush and they be like, wow, that's crazy and it's intriguing, but they don't never go over to it. They hear something and they're like, man, that could transform my life, but they keep walking by. They just keep on going by. They don't go by the bush. They don't go near the bush. They just see and they're like, that's crazy. Look at this burning bush. Look at this opportunity. And they just keep walking. And then there's a third group of people. They're so busy, they don't even recognize the bushes. There's opportunities popping up all around them that God is giving them to have access to the ability to activate their purpose, and they don't even see it because they are so busy and overwhelmed with the cares of life. Sound like Mary in the Bible when she was so busy running around and rushing and doing everything. Like, they're so busy rushing and just in the routine of what they're already doing that's not even satisfying them fully, but they're so busy they don't even see when God is presenting opportunities to them. Those are 3 types of people. And I'm telling you right now, this is a bush. This is a burning bush. And so I want to ask you, what type of person are you going to be with this burning bush? I'm going to pray for y'all. So God, I thank you so much for everyone who joined me on live today. I thank you, Father God, that you know you are calling them into greatness. You are calling them into purpose. You are calling them into destiny. You are calling them out of the ordinary into the extraordinary. You are calling them out of complacency and into their destiny. They see this as a sign and they recognize you in it. And they will say, no more will I live a life that is unfulfilled. I am going to go from filled with purpose to fulfilling purpose in the earth. I know, God, that you want them to be the manifestation of all the things that this earth is waiting to see. You said it in your word. Creation groans for the manifestation of the sons and daughters of God to be revealed. Let them be revealed. Let them no longer be hidden. Let them live out all that you are calling them to do and to be. I just thank you for that right now, Father God. I thank you they will live it out. I thank you that you give them courage, strength, and the ability to tap into what it is you've already put inside of them, because I know the ability to do is already inside of them. I think you're going to give them the ability to tap into and walk it out in Jesus' name.